I mean, this book crossed every stereotypical young adult fantasy back in the day. Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Samah and today I just finished this book and it tried the last two sales that I had. So I decided to make some garlic break to refresh myself. Meanwhile, I'm gonna be talking about why after reading this one I realized that I, I, I don't know why I've rated it 5 stars in 2017 and I want to go back to my 2017 me and just give her a long lecture about consent and why growling isn't the proper form of expressing that you want to do the next, you know. Just saying. So beforehand I have made all the ingredient. I have minced the garlic, chopped some parsley. I don't know if this is parsley, but I just opened the fridge and I find something green and I just cut it down. And I realized that I don't have enough garlic, but thankfully I have some garlic powder, so I hope this will work. And I have already butter and parsley here and garlic, so let's start. Before starting, what is A Court of Thorns and Roses? A Court of Thorns and Roses is the first book in what was supposed to be a trilogy by Sarah J Maas, but now it turned out to be this, and it started as a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but left the retelling in the first book and just went on doing its own thing. I mean, we don't blame her for not sticking with the retelling of Beauty and the Beast because it's so overrated, and I will always say that we need more retelling of other fairy tales. Everywhere you look you find only Beauty and the Beast retellings, which is ridiculous. It's like the new thing about retellings of Hades and Persephone. This is so overrated. Please, I need my Ares and Aphrodite and also Hephaestus love triangle fanfiction. I don't know, but just drop the Hades and Persephone, is so overrated. But anyways, this is about Fire, which she is a human living in this continent called Promethean. The continent is divided by an invisible wall and dividing the human territory and the Fae territory. If you remember the Fae from Tinkerbell or whatever you were watching as a kid, that's not it. These Faes have shape-shifting and they are horny all the time and they just do whatever they please and enjoy everything, and they basically are gods to some of the human. But long ago there was a war and the human called themselves independent from the fairy lord. I swear to God, there's a motorcycle going around and it's driving me insane, but I'll just ignore that. Anyways, Fairy one day killed a wolf thinking that it's a wolf, but deep down she knew that it was a fairy, shape-shifting fairy. And then one of its mates came to take her because it is part of a treaty they have signed with the human long ago, that a life for a life, and she is sick and thinking that she is going to die, but then he told her she is to live in his domain, in his territory. Later on she learned that he's a High Lord, one of the strongest High Lords in Promethean of the 7, I think, or 5 courts, which is ridiculous to have courts based on seasons. But then we're like, oh wait, we need to add courts about day and dawn, which is why, and then night and nightmare. I don't know. But Fairy comes to, you know, the Stockholm syndrome kicks in and she starts falling in love with Tamlin, but there's a curse because this is a story and she is the chosen one. I mean, this book crossed every stereotypical young adult fantasy back in the day. My verdict is I did not enjoy it. I realized that I have smeared my lipstick on this book and I'm not even mad about it. I was saying that Fairy is taken to the Fae realm and she is living in Tamlin court, but then realized there's a curse because obviously there has to be a curse and she is the chosen one and she is the one destined to save all the fairies and whatever. And then she has to come face to face with this self-proclaimed queen called Amarantha, who came from a distant island, and she is basically just like there, I'm here, I'm gonna rule you because all are just a bunch of pussies and I'm gonna make my own rules. And we were like, hell no, we don't want that. It was like, okay, but whatever. I'm gonna take over and put a curse on you, because they were so stupid to see her schemes, and they were all like falling, because as I say, these high lords are just horny as fuck, and whenever there's a woman walking around, their minds just don't work, all the blood goes somewhere else. And she cursed them, and the curse is the most boring thing ever, is that they have to live with mask glued to their faces. That's the curse. I mean, that's, yeah, we make do, you know, we make do of whatever we have. And then I think we meet this potential enemies to lover, because again, this is an enemy to lover, because Tamlin is not the main interest anymore, because after finishing the first book, Sarah J. Maas was like, you suck, I don't need you anymore, Raisin in the whole chick in this block. And by the first book, we established that Raisin is a very bad person. He is Amarantha, this self-proclaimed queen who wants to rule all over Promethean and just enslave all the human, because she is so bad. We have Raisin, who is the High Lord of the Night Court, and he is just basically a villain, but then turned out to be a softie and likes to help Fiery, and he was all part of a scheme to get between Amarantha's pants, and then later on just make himself, you know, kill her and just wait for Tamlin, not him, but Tamlin to kill her, because this is just ridiculous by now. I talk too much, but I have to start mixing my ingredient, and I'll see you in 5 minutes. You're gonna just see my hands. If you hear some ticking closer, is that the oven is preheating. And now I have to add the garlic, this thing here, and try to mix it. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to mix it, and also some garlic powder, I guess, because I don't have enough garlic. It's not even, oh my god, I think I added too much. And we have butter here and parsley, as I said earlier on. It's not mixing. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is not mixing. Maybe I chosen the wrong bowl for this to mix, because this is not working. At my moment, this is not relaxing. That's it. I think that's it. I'm not following any recipes. I have seen a lot of recipes online. Some of them have used like the gloves, you know, of the garlic, and put them in this aluminum foil, and then just put it in the oven, and then getting out to squish it into a paste, and to add it to the butter and parsley and cheese or whatever. But I'm super lazy, and I want to be creative and not follow any, because it demands having gloves, and I did not have enough garlic. So I think my paste is ready. I have shredded some cheese. It says to add parmesan, but I did not have parmesan, and I forgot to get it from the supermarket yesterday, so I'm using Gouda, and I shredded super thin to give the impression that it is parmesan. So if there's anyone Italian and I'm talking about using them, I'm sorry. Okay, previously I had cut one baguette into this pieces of bread. I put it on a, what do you call it, an oven sheet, I don't know, and I'm gonna try to just spread my butter, garlic, parsley base, I guess. So the main issues that I had with the book was first, it was the writing style. I was not a big fan of Sarah J. Maas' writing style. I think this is something so common and so talked about, that Sarah J. Maas doesn't know when to stop a sentence, and she just basically say whatever is on her mind. In this book, it wasn't so obvious, because it was shorter compared to the other book, and I'm mentally preparing myself for reading the next two books, because they are 700 pages of just mate and growling and purring, and Raisin being the feminist queen or whatever you call it. And and then the second thing was about Faria's personality. She had no personality beside being a victim, and even her painting didn't evolve or just like made. It was just there for her to talk about, you know. We don't see, I mean, she didn't want anyone seeing her painting, but at the same time it was not described because we're seeing things from her perspective. I mean, we are not seeing things from someone else's perspective to say that they didn't get to see her painting. That's why we don't see a lot of her painting in this book. But she's just talking about painting for the sake of painting. Like, it's like Frankenstein when he was talking about learning, but just saying that he loves to learn. We don't know whatever he's talking about, and just, it's, I don't know how to explain, but it's just there to give her some personality, and it didn't. And we are left with this person who loves to be victimized, and she cannot stand up for herself unless there's a man involved, because I mean, it's 2021, times up, feminist, whatever you're calling it. We don't look ill and talk bad about our female, but if a man give us the same treatment as a woman given us, oh my god, you cannot stop, because you are gonna just portray, and oh my god, it's a symbol for how women are impressed and oppressed, and you have to just basically talk. And the third thing was the growling bait. Oh my god, the growling and the showing of dominance. Oh, I hate when men or whoever just say, I'm an alpha male. Oh my god, don't talk to me, I'm an alpha male. We have no place for beta male. I'm like, mate, you're a man, not a wolf. And but I guess that the fairies don't count as human, but I don't like learning about it, or just hearing someone saying and growling and purring. I mean, even cat doesn't purr that much. I don't know from where they got. I mean, if you get closer to a tiger and it started purring, or a wolf or a lion or whatever, I don't think you're gonna survive to tell the tale that apex predator purr. I mean, will you be even alive to talk about it? So I don't know it's accurate that much. But anyways, just me, one person talking about a successful series and why I don't like it, because a lot of people actually liked it, and I think that played into the psyche why I was so much into the series, because I read this one in 2017 and I was so much impressed by the story. And again, it was the first fantasy series that I have read after reading Harry Potter, and I was so impressed. I mean, I gave it 5 stars for crying out loud. And okay, I think I got some butter on me. No. By the way, I have finished pushing all the garlic paste on this, and I'm gonna add now some cheese. I'm gonna be so generous with the cheese because I love cheese, and I mean, it's not enough in here because I ate most of it. I mean, so me, I'm just a human, and I'm just thinking about the diarrhea I'm gonna have later on after eating all this cheese. But as I was saying, I was super impressed by the story and the writing and everything. But then when I read it, and after like being exposed to other authors and other fantasy authors, you're like, what the hell was I even talking about? But this is part of growing up. This is part of making and trying to find your style in books, and finding what you want to like and what you don't like to write. The cheese melted and just stuck into each other because the kitchen is super hot. But anyways, this is all. And also some of the languages was used in the book was not my favorite. For example, the superiority tone that Fairy uses with the people who are showing her kindness, but she doesn't even speak ill or just say that she is hurting or something. And I don't know what I'm talking about. As I said, the 2 last brain cell that I had were fried when I finished that book. So if you're asking if I'm gonna be finishing with the series, yes, I am going to be finishing with the series. This will not hopefully be I don't know, it's me too. That issue that came out of nowhere. This is not going to be influencing my choices for the book of the month, because if you have known, I have made a book club over the Fable application. Our first book club pick was Invisible Life of Adira, which I had made a live on Instagram with the most beautiful people I know, which are Iman and Zainab, and it was a delight. It was fun to talk about Adila and death and life and art and Shakespeare and everything. It was fun. It was really fun. It was super late and we were bored, all just like super tired, but we kept on talking about it. And I think next month, big isn't picked yet because I'm still debating. I have 3 choices off the top of my head, and I might hold some kind of a poll on my Instagram, so check that out. I mean, it might be even up now on my Instagram. Basically, you get the idea. I did not enjoy the book for the second time. I mean, the first half was okay because it was just kind of backstory, but again, not giving it too much because, as I always say, I hate book told from the first person perspective. I don't like it because being inside someone's head for too much somehow clouded and eclipse your view. You're looking from a fish eye instead of seeing the whole thing. And there's a lot of books told from the first person perspective, and they are okay. I mean, they're not that bad, but for young adults I prefer to have a third person perspective. And I'm finished with my bread. It looks okay. I'm gonna turn the camera so you can see it. This is what I made. I'm sorry, I'm using my my books as an extra height for my for my family, but this is the final. Look at this. As I said, I already ate the cheese from these, but I'm gonna put them in the oven right now and wait for it just for the cheese to melt because everything is already cooked, I guess. Okay, back. The bread is crisp, but the cheese is not well done. I mean, I guess I don't know. I'm following my heart on this one, but yeah. Reason what established to be the enemies, love interest, whatever, and the enemies part is really shown in this book, and the lover part will be shown into the second book. I'm already tired. I'm already tired of the 700 pages that I have to read after finishing this one. Dear God, I don't know. I mean, do I want to finish with this one? I guess I don't want to, but do I have to? I have to, because the main reason why I picked reading this course of what? The Course of Thorn. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm losing my head. A Course of Thorn and Roses. By the way, oh my God, I forgot the most infuriating thing that I hated which was when I was reading this book the first time and I read The Course of Thorn and Roses, I was like, what does it mean? Because you know when you read in a book and you reach a part in the book when the title makes sense, and then in the book I remember there was a scene when she was like plucking a rose and she has hurt herself with some thorns. It was kind of like, oh my God, this is a metaphor of me. I'm beautiful on the outside, but I am all covered in thorn, and I just have this part of my past to deal with. And Simon was like, oh my God, same, because the fake folk are just beautiful, but they are really sadistic and bad, and he has a dark past and he was dealing with it. I mean, he was just thorns, it was roses, but he has a thorn on the side. And then there was parts when he was like saying I love you, and she was like, oh my God, you cannot love me, I am this awful bad person. I was like, I love you with thorns and all. And I was like, is this what it's supposed to mean? This is the meaning of the title. This is ridiculous. And yeah, why did I pick this series? I picked The Court of Thorn and Roses because first I wanted to read The Court of Silver Flame, and I realized I remember nothing from the book. And then my friend was like, Iman, she was like, why do you even remember? There was no plot, there was nothing, just like a horny fairy people and wings and bats and just fairy being a passive aggressive bitch, and just, I don't know, Racent be giving her a choice and saying mate and growling and purring. And I was like, no, I'm gonna relive, I'm gonna take the whole experience, I guess. And when reading it, I regret it, but now I cannot because I commit, and I am not a quitter. Mama didn't raise a quitter. I'm not gonna quit after reading the first book. I mean, I quit almost on everything, but we'll see. As I said, I want to finish with the series because a lot of my friends said that A Court of Silver Flame was a huge step compared to the original trilogy, and I'm like, yeah, I guess. We'll see. I don't know. So I think I'm smelling something burning. I'll be right back. They just came out from the oven. They are so hot. I don't know how I'm gonna cut this. Oh. I think I left them in the oven for so long because they are so crispy. But anyways, they look so delicious. Oh. Here they are. Ta-da. I'm gonna add some ketchup to one. I'm gonna try one without ketchup and see. I did so much butter, but it's okay. It's fine. Cheers. This is so good. I love the garlic, but I feel I added more butter than necessary. I'm gonna wait for my sister so she can try it. But I feel good. Gonna have my sister try it. What do you think? Nice. Nice. I think I added more butter than needed. They have so much butter. Yeah. Yay! So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and and yeah, I'm gonna keep posting about my journey reading these books because it is a journey. It is a roller coaster of feelings and emotions, and me just cursing fiery left and right. And hopefully me and sister are gonna finish this. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and like. All my social links are in the description box, and I will see you in another video. Bye.